form of an evening. We're really excited about this new location. Some of you have been inside and seen it. We'll do a tour officially for anybody who hasn't right after we cut the ribbon. Um, but I'm honored to work with such a wonderful team um, and board of directors. This wouldn't have happened without the board. This wouldn't have happened without our facilities team, without our clinical teams, um, and I could go on, but it's hot and we should get into the air conditioning. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our community, supporting Mariposa. We're honored that you're all here. So I'd like to invite Ed, um, the former CEO who got this all started, and Tony, our current board president, excuse me, to come up and do our official ribbon cutting. All right, thank you very much. And with that, if anybody would like to follow me in for an official tour who hasn't seen the place yet, you're welcome to join me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the cake that I wasn't able to be there for. I'm so sorry. If anybody has a Dutch Ram Gold,
Los que quieren
if you can please move it.
empezar a decir algo, cámara. Estamos free.
Okay, vamos. Right here in French. Hey everybody, it's me, Joel Gringo Más Mexicano,
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Maritza Higuera from Border Connections.
and we're here at the new Mariposa North building, which they just had the ribbon cut to open up this building officially. Right now, we're going to take a tour.
And Joe, it's such a beautiful building inside.
It
We
is.
got to learn a little bit from, all the construction, all the work, how what they're gonna host inside, and
Yes,
it's pretty
it's
exciting because
very exciting.
now people from all Santa Cruz County can come. It's very accessible for
Yes.
us to come from the freeway exit A, and also from the people from Nogales and the border. It's
Yep.
just right in the middle, so it's
And
just perfect.
and it's part of this cool expansion that Mariposa has been doing. They've
Yes.
got buildings open up all over Nogales, and they're serving the entire county in a way that hasn't even been possible before.
Yes, so
It's so cool.
it might be about the fourth building the
I
Mariposa
think so.
Community
Como
Health
el
Center has
cuarto, sí, algo así.
around here in Nogales
Yep.
area. So yeah, welcome and let's go and check it out. Thank you for to our audience for connecting
Yes. Thank
through
you so
We
much.
Love Nogales, Santa Cruz County Public Media, and let's go inside.
Yeah,
Let's
for
check it
sure.
out.
Let's go check it out. Go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. And we can see it's such a beautiful building. We
Oh, and
Hello
we have
and
the
we
CEO right here. Do you have time to say a few words to the people of Santa Cruz County?
yes
I'm sorry, did not mean to cut you out on the spot. You just walked out at the right moment.
we were actually looking for you.
Yeah,
But thank you for
Sure.
such a
sorry, let me
wonderful
get on
event
this
for
side.
our community,
Oh,
for our
of
leaders
course.
here, and thank you for all the work that you do here for Mariposa Community Health Center as a CEO. And just tell us a little bit of what we can find inside.
So in the clinic, you'll find some exam rooms, naturally. These are some of our largest exam rooms at this location, which we're really excited and thrilled about. You will also find some behavioral health offices. So we're going to do medical and behavioral health we have a specific art therapy room
Wow.
for kids.
Wow.
That's incredible.
So yeah, it's really a nice setup, and it's very flexible space that can, some of the exam rooms, if we needed to change them into behavioral health offices, we could do that overnight, right?
That's
Because they're
amazing.
big enough.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and
Oh,
Hello.
excuse us.
sure thing. So we've got a space that's really flexible
Beautiful.
as as we continue to grow and meet and meet the needs of the community.
I love it.
We can flex the space.
Yes, and much needed for our community. Our community is growing,
Yes.
and it was a need here, and it's such a perfect location. We were talking about
Yeah.
it's just right out of the freeway, and
Mhm.
it's also in the middle for our people that comes close to the border. So
Yes.
yeah, perfect
Yeah.
location.
Yeah. And anybody in the Meadow Hills area, it's
Exactly.
right down the
Oh
street.
yes,
So
they can come walk.
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
And we have a lab here as well, so we do
beautiful,
full
beautiful.
scope of medical and behavioral health services, and I'm happy to show you around
Thank you. Yes.
if you'd like to.
Do you have
Yes,
time
shall
to do
we?
that right
Yes.
now?
I do.
Thank
Let's
you
Okay.
for
do it.
thank you for your
Absolutely.
time,
Of
and for
course.
our audience also,
Yes.
for the people that doesn't get to know you or to see
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
often. Can we please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah. So I'm Dan Prevo. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Mariposa Community Health Center. I moved here 7 years ago to join Mariposa as their chief operating officer. And when when Ed retired, the former CEO, he recommended me for
What an
his
honor.
role, and the board was gracious enough to vote me in and give me the opportunity to lead Mariposa. And
I want to extend my personal gratitude for
oh,
the expansion that you guys have been doing for the
Yeah.
entire county.
yeah,
Yes.
It's truly incredible.
yeah.
The connection that you guys have reached
Yeah.
on every corner of Santa Cruz County. It's amazing.
And we were talking, Joe. I think it's the fourth building in Nogales the Mariposa has now, or
So
who's counting?
it depends how you count it.
Right.
So on our main campus,
Right.
we have
Multiple buildings.
Oh,
four
yes,
buildings,
yes, right,
right?
right.
We have a lease space across the street. That's
Okay.
the Mesquite building. And then we have a clinic on the hospital campus, and now this one.
Okay.
So we have four addresses,
Right.
right? But
Multiple.
but seven buildings,
Yeah.
right? In Nogales.
And that's just in
And
Nogales.
then we have a clinic in Rio Rico, another in Tubac, and one out in Patagonia.
And the one in Tubac just moved from its previous
Yes.
location, correct?
So we doubled in size
Yeah.
in Tubac, so we can have two providers out there.
Amazing.
It's our goal. We're not fully staffed yet, but
Working it out there.
There's space needs, staff needs. They
Of
don't
course.
happen at the same time,
Of course not.
right?
Yep.
But we'd rather um, be ready with the space so that when we find the right provider, then we're like
Yes.
licensed, credentialed, boom,
Awesome.
let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's
Beautiful,
great.
beautiful.
We'll do another ribbon cutting in Tuvac once
Once that's official,
once that's
we'll be there for
Perfect.
sure.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we're
do you have
excited.
time for the tour?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go check it
Thank
out.
you so much.
So this is our lobby.
Beautiful.
2 check-in stations. Everything is 100% newly remodeled.
Okay.
In the clinic, all the furniture, all the exam beds, everything is brand new.
Okay.
So let's see which way to go. So you don't have too much background noise.
Yeah.
Let's start this way. So these are our exam rooms.
Okay.
So I really like these chairs.
So
And the
these
paint.
chairs,
Beautiful.
serve several purposes,
Mhm.
right? One is they'll move up and down.
Okay.
So if a patient has some sort of handicap,
Of
has
course.
mobility issues, and has it's really easy for them to get into the
A lower
chair,
chair for
right?
sure.
Um, this chair, you click this button, it's gonna lift me up so it knows I'm off the ground, and it's gonna actually weigh me automatically.
Yeah.
So
So
it's taking my weight right now as we speak.
Awesome. Take off
Um,
your shoes and
yeah, let me get rid of my cell
So
phone.
for me, I've
Right?
had a chance to sit in these chairs for
Yeah,
my own doctor's visits,
yeah.
right? And for me, the funnest part is when it is up and my feet are dangling. I feel like I'm a little kid in the exam room
Yeah,
again.
right.
perfect, exactly.
Yeah,
Perfect for the little ones too,
Yeah.
not to
yeah,
get nervous and they just,
Oh
take
yeah,
it out and put
and
their weight.
and um, it's good for just anybody who has mobility
of course.
issues and
Oh,
reduces the
perfect.
risk for our nursing staff when they're
Yeah.
getting people, so they don't have to lift somebody up onto an exam bed.
Oh, for sure.
And then this turns into a
Oh,
traditional exam bed, and it will go all the way back down and lay
Perfect.
flat,
Yeah.
so that it can function as a fully, you know, util,
Yes.
you know,
yeah. They can check the
lay back,
stomach. They can check the
stomach,
lungs,
yeah.
everything.
I
Okay.
love
So
it. And
yeah.
it's comfortable and I think
It
Oh,
looks. Yeah, they are
it's
very
very
comfortable.
comfortable.
yes,
Yes,
and
yes.
then I think it's also the connection between the patient and the
Yeah,
doctor and the nurse.
yeah.
They're making them feel also, less worried
For sure.
about it.
Right.
Just, start talking and telling them transitioning, to the next step. So
Exactly.
it's perfect.
Yeah, and a lot of times, at least when I've gone to the doctor, I've spent sitting there,
Uh huh.
telling them what's going on with my life,
Of
what
Yeah.
course.
them taking my medical history, and a lot of that's verbal, right?
Yes.
And it's much more comfortable to do that,
Of course.
instead of sitting up, propped up on the end of an exam room table. This functions as a nice chair and an exam bed.
I love
Absolutely.
Yep.
it. Thank
Yep.
you.
And I don't need to look at my weight when it's taking my weight.
Exactly. It's just a, don't tell us. You
So,
write
Yeah.
it down.
so they don't have to look at their weight. Just
Yeah.
the MA can
Yeah.
Yes.
look
I
at
don't
it.
have to sit there and stand on a scale and see it for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yes. Well,
all of our exam rooms have seating for family members.
I love it. It's so wide open.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I love, just the fresh paint, the open.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So a
Absolutely.
lot of good light during the
Yes.
day as
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
well.
I love
And
these windows,
No
right?
windows. Yeah.
yeah, and they're completely tinted, so
Yeah,
even
they're
with the
blacked
shades
out. Yeah.
up, yeah, they're
Yeah.
blacked
Yeah.
out and you can't see. And
Awesome.
so, yeah. All
Well,
right,
how are you?
let's go this way. I mean, there's more exam rooms, so
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know that we need to sit in
Right.
everyone, but
Yeah.
you get the idea that
Yes. 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 Totally.
there's room for several providers in here.
Perfect.
This could be utilized as an exam room, but we have plenty of those.
Of course.
The plan for this room is to be a group room to do group therapy.
Okay.
Wow.
So it could be used for either family therapy. I was just talking to our therapist, and they're starting a group therapy for victims of domestic violence.
Oh wow.
That's a great,
That's
that's a
incredible.
great program to
So
start.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The partnership, that Mariposa Community Health Center brings to the communities. I am sure they're already partnering with groups to bring them over
Yes.
here. So
Oh,
it's
oh yeah.
amazing, to
And a lot of people, are aware of our medical services,
hmm
but we have a whole department, uh, uh, community health
hmm
services. So we run a domestic violence program. We do diabetes education.
right?
We do programs for teens,
Yes, for
all kinds
children.
of
Yes,
things.
WIC.
So.
everything.
You get WIC is another
Yep,
program.
Yes,
WIC
yes.
is
Uh,
another program. So we really try and address the needs of the entire community,
Yes.
not just provide medical
Exactly.
Of
No,
services.
course.
and we've seen it around, all
Yeah,
the movement that Mariposa Community Health Center has around, all
yeah,
the health fairs, all the information that they provide for
yes,
the schools. So yeah, we
yeah,
appreciate it. That's why I think our community is loving it as much as all our community leaders that are here. That's why
Right.
we're very excited to
Yes.
have it because we know that it will be utilized just for the whole community in
Absolutely.
Santa Cruz County. Yes, that's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
So could this room be used for like team therapy, like for a team of employees?
Yes, it sure could.
All right, there we
Yeah, yeah,
go.
that would be awesome.
But we have great teams, so I don't think we're gonna need to use
Right.
We might.
Yeah, we were talking.
You're welcome to anytime.
No,
All
that's
right.
awesome. I love it.
So mainly exam rooms on this side with that one group therapy room there. Um, this is Dr. O'Brien. He's one of our medical providers
Great to meet
here.
you, and thank you for your work here. We're excited to see you all in function.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much.
This is this
Awesome.
is space for the medical assistants.
Hello, nice to meet you guys, and thank you. This is awesome. What do you think about, the new building and how, the people will get here, the location? I was sharing, we love the location. It's just right in the middle, and it's just a beautiful building. Yes, yes. Well, thank you. Thank you for your work. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right. Let's move on down.
Hello.
So this is our lab.
Beautiful.
Excuse us.
So this is where we would do a blood draw,
Right.
and then we have our workstation for our lab tech. Printers, some various equipment here, and then we have the ability to run some labs in house. So we can run a CBC, we can run an A1C, we can run a dual COVID flu test,
Oh, that's amazing.
and we can do that all in house.
Wow.
So that's what this
Without the
other
need of them going to the main lab, come back, or,
right, yeah. So
this is perfect.
all
Yes.
of that can be done right
In house.
here.
Yeah.
Um, those are the labs that we can do in house. We'll
Right.
still do any lab, right? But the draw can be done right here, and then we just send it out, and
That's perfect.
we get the results back. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for letting us know about all those, details.
sure, my pleasure.
Yes.
Of course.
Hello.
So you see our wonderful crowd.
Yes,
Of course.
it's awesome.
Of
Yes, we
course.
have our, like we mentioned, all our community leaders from
Yeah.
Santa Cruz County. We just passed
Yeah.
Councilwoman Montiel, our Dr. Pereira, and
Yes.
Vice Mayor
You
Bojorquez.
saw
So it's
Dr. Williams
amazing.
outside. It's a great group of people.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Um, so this is one of so this is our provider's office. There's probably some personal health information in there, so I
Yes,
don't
yes.
necessarily
No,
want to go in.
No, of course
yeah,
not.
There's a restroom behind you. I don't know that we need to film that.
right.
Um, this is a provider pod, so this is for our expansion. We'll
Beautiful.
have the MAs and the providers working together out of the same space. More and more, we're trying to go to that strategy of having the providers and the MAs work side by side. That way, it's not, oh, I got to go down the hall or rely on messaging apps. It's, hey, I need an A1C in exam room 6. Can
Right.
you go take care of that? Right.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
yeah, that's
Yes.
our pod setup.
Perfect.
So this is our therapy room
Oh, wow.
for art therapy and for kids.
I love it.
So we have a whole shelf here of games and arts and crafts supplies.
Yes, I can
Um,
see.
and this is meant uh, to really do effective therapy with um, folks who are not very verbal yet.
I
So
know.
children who have a hard time expressing themselves with words.
Right, and with
Um,
educational games,
but
you will
with
expand.
educational games,
Yes.
with learning tools, with art therapy, it allows us to have more effective interactions and do more effective therapy with certain folks that are not as verbal.
I'm very excited. This is
It's
beautiful.
also really good for some adults. You know, art
Exactly.
therapy is effective
It is.
with all ages,
Right.
and especially for people who are trauma victims. Sometimes
Right.
it can be really hard to talk about a traumatic event,
Correct.
but a lot easier to put it into a picture or into some form of art.
Mhm.
So um, you know, this is something that we're really
I love
proud
it.
of and excited about.
Yes.
Um,
I love the posters. I love the
yeah,
educational board
yeah.
games, and I'm sure this will be
Oh yeah,
helpful for our
yeah,
community, for our children, for the families. And
absolutely.
I think it's what a unique way for them
Hmm.
to come to get to know a new building, and then
Yes.
for them to also start here with the no rush of sit at the medical chair, come and sit
Right?
at and
Yes.
do a board game
Right.
and let's
Right.
talk, and
Yeah.
it's just the introduction for the transition
Yeah.
of all the community, all the events that are gonna happen, all the referrals the Mariposa
Yeah.
Community Health Center
Yeah.
can help and provide for the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're really proud of
we
this room.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
loving it.
Cool. All right, so we're nearing the end of our tour. We have another office here. This could be turned into a therapy room if need be. Um, um,
Love the
but we're
sound.
still yes, right? And then this is our excuse me. This is our
Hello. Good.
our final room. So this
Beautiful.
is our therapist office. And you know she has her own workspace,
I
and
love it.
then space to uh, see
Sit down.
patients here. So this might be more of an appropriate setting for adult or couples therapy or
Right.
something. Not the art therapy room is not the
Right.
right setting for everybody.
Yes. So it's just
Um,
the change of
but
settings
but
and
yeah, but this is a therapy room, good size, good light, nice whiteboard for education and whatnot. So
I love
this
it.
is
I
this is
love the
our
sign.
new space, right? Where is the
It's
side
the side
effect
effect of awesome.
button?
Yes.
Um,
I love it. Well,
so
thank you. Thank you so
you're
much for the tour.
welcome. My
Thank you for your
pleasure.
time. And
Absolutely.
thank you for all the hard work because we see it in our community, all the hard work that Mariposa Community Health Center has
Yeah.
been doing, all the partnership, all the going outside and
Mhm.
having, our community, the Mariposa inviting them to our the clinics, the
Yes.
pharmacies, the different programs. So thank you,
And
thank you.
and it's really our mission to serve the community. Like our vision is that we exist
Mhm.
to serve the residents of Santa Cruz County.
Thank you. And I think we can all see that. So we're
Yeah,
we're enjoying
yeah.
what we've seen. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
my pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you for the
of
opportunity.
course. Thank you. And any other comment for our community? Any other um topic or any other announcement about our building? Everybody can come in. It's for everyone, for new people that would like to come in.
Yeah, we accept new
New
patients of
patients.
all ages.
Perfect.
The therapy currently is for anybody ages 6 and up, right?
Okay.
Um, we if there are therapy needs for kids under 6, we can do that in a family therapy setting.
Okay.
So we've recently not only expanded the therapy that we offer, but we also offer psychiatry now, um, um, partially in person and partially via telehealth. Um, so that's good. We will likely be looking to build or expand so that we can um, bring more services to the community.
Awesome.
We're um, evaluating what services are most in need. We're in a constant state of
Mhm.
okay, well, do we need X specialist or Y specialist? We added DEXA scan somewhat recently. Um, we subcontract ultrasound, but we're thinking about purchasing our own ultrasound machine now. That way we do it actually in-house and we can do it on the spot if need be. So look forward to further growth that's based on the needs of the community.
Thank you. And we have a lot of young followers too, teens and young adults too. So one just last fun question. What
Sure.
does the CEO from Mariposa Community Health Center likes to eat? What do you like to do on your free time? And where did you go to school, or how did you get here? I think it helps a lot our students that are going to school,
Sure.
and they're right now like, what am I gonna do when I go to school? Am I gonna go back to Nogales? Am I staying on that university? So just tell us something fun and for the community to get to know you a little bit more.
I feel like that was not one question. One final question. I feel like that was a series of questions, but I think I get the gist, right? So I grew up in a town called Somerset, Mass, which is actually pretty similar in size to Nogales, in Massachusetts, so totally other side of the state. Um, but I actually had an experience with one of my family members going to the emergency room when I was a teenager, and I was like, something's broken here, right? Um, the customer service wasn't that great. It was really slow. So I developed a passion for healthcare at a young age. Didn't know exactly what I wanted to be. I actually thought I was going to be a therapist one day. But I so I decided to go to school for psychology. So I went to UMass Amherst and studied psychology there. I did a dual major in health administration because I always thought, well, maybe I'll go the administrative track eventually. That way I can have a broader impact on healthcare and have make decisions about hiring therapists, not just being one, right? So then I did some healthcare consulting. I actually did some consulting work with Mariposa and Del Rio. This was going back, I don't know, 12 years ago or something. So that's how I met the former CEO. And we're doing a consulting project at the time. I had recently graduated from Boston University with my master's in business administration. I was pretty happy with my job, but I knew that I wanted to get back closer to the provider space, actually providing care instead of doing consulting. So I, I I then you know talked to Ed, and he kind of just brought up, hey, do you want to move to Sunny Nogales? Because I knew that the COO position was vacant, and I was actually thinking about asking him about it, and the whole thing just happened.
Oh wow,
Right?
that's amazing.
Um, so um, another fun fact, right?
Right.
Um, I I grew up loving the water, right, and boating.
Okay.
And I started boating as a kid, as a teenager, so much so that I lived on a boat. Um, and I moved from a boat in Boston Harbor to Arizona for Mariposa.
Oh wow.
Um, um, and I miss the water, but I love it here.
Yes, welcome.
So
Thank you for
so
being
so
here. That's amazing.
so any advice for kids or people who are thinking about what they want to do um, with their lives, right? Your dreams can change, right?
True.
Um, um, and and there is no one path for um, for everybody. But I reflected on being a therapist or being a therapist and then going into administration. And I consulted with I talked to a lot of people in healthcare before deciding to go for my MBA. And I thought about multiple different degrees. So my advice to people would be um, seek advice from as many people as you can, right? Look for people who are in an industry that um, you are interested in exploring, right? See if you can meet with them for an hour, right? Or even 30 minutes and say, what's your job like? What are the other people's jobs around you like? Do you think you might like that, right? And I think you'd be surprised. If you called different industries and different people in the community and just said, "I'd like to talk to your operations manager," right? Just about their job, right? Or I'd like to talk to, and whether that be, in the produce industry, in healthcare, but seek information, learn from other people's career paths. So I guess that is the pearl of wisdom that I would give.
Perfect. Thank you. Favorite food. That's it.
Oh, favorite food. Oh, oh, this is like a toss-up between Dungeness crab and lobster, right?
Yes.
All right,
Massachusetts and you.
Massachusetts, being from Massachusetts, I'm a
Exactly.
seafood person.
Yeah.
So you put a really good lobster in front of me, that's probably my favorite food.
I see. I see.
Um, Uh, but I also really like to cook. I like to cook Italian food. I like to cook different chilies.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah,
so
but thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
for being here, and thank you for your leadership here in Santa Cruz County. Thank you. And thank you to our family, our friends, to Santa Cruz County Public Media. We love Nogales channel. Are we going to continue, Joe? What
I
are
think
we?
we've wrapped up the tour pretty good.
Uh-huh.
That was great. Thank you so much for
oh,
taking the
my
time.
pleasure.
We didn't mean to just
I'm,
run into you.
I'm happy.
It just happened.
Really am.
But thank you so much. That was a great tour. This is a great building. We're so excited about what
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
have here. Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much
you
All
and
so
right.
for
much.
taking
Thank
the
you.
time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
And thank you
For
guys
your
for
time.
watching.
Yes, we appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. Thank you.